Hey everyone! Hope everybody had a good Christmas, happy holidays in general. So today I'm starting up Red Dead Redemption. I had always planned on streaming it. I've beaten it and played it years ago. But especially with Red Dead Redemption 2, I really wanted to kind of go back and look through it again. But one of the Christmas gifts I got from my girlfriend's family really just made me think about it. They sent me a copy of Deadlands: Ghostwalkers. For those of you who don't know it, the Deadlands series is a old school pen and paper role playing game. It's been in several other formats like Doomtown, which was a card game, and so on. Set in what they referred to as the Weird West. Very similar in some ways to what Undead Nightmare is here, except it's much more kind of formalized. This stuff's more normal. It's not just a sudden onset of weird stuff. Magic, the undead, gunslingers are all running around as a part of this. Let's go ahead and get started. It's probably going to load up a game I had. So I'm going to have to go in and I'm going to start a new one. But this will give me a chance to make sure some of the settings are right before we get started. Although it could be wrong. It could be starting me right at the beginning. I know it synced my old saved games from the cloud, so... yeah. So let's double check. Let's see. Let's see. Some tiles are on. Okay. Oh, it's saving. That's why I couldn't move. So let's start a new game. Yes, I don't care that it's going to overwrite. It's been so long since I played, I need a refresher anyway. Not that this was terribly difficult. Yeah, this Red Dead Redemption was just phenomenal. And surprisingly, when they made it backwards compatible in the Xbox One, somehow the game looks better than it did even on the 360. They upscaled it. It's kind of amazing how old this game is and how good it still looks, and how well it holds up. Obviously, compared to Red Dead Redemption 2, when it comes out, it's going to look like, like what it is, an antique in gaming terms. But it's an absolute classic, full of a lot of symbolism on what happened in the Old West and the advancement that time just naturally brought to things. And of course, just a fantastic main character. It's like John Marston was loved universally. If you never managed to check it out, obviously I highly recommend playing this. I definitely recommend taking a look at the Deadlands series. Whether it's the role-playing game, the card game, which is technically out of print now, although it's not hard to get a hold of, most of the components of it, the books, any of it. There's a bunch of old short stories from the 90s and early 2000s, and there's the new novels that have been put out by Tor. There's 3 of them so far, with Ghostwalkers being the first. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading that. It's freaking long. For a lot of the books I've been reading recently, this one was over 500 pages, which just surprised me. Most stuff I've been reading has been, 350. This and the whole kind of problems of the West in microcosm on this train.
Civilization to this savage land.
I could not agree with you more, my dear. My daddy settled this land, and I know he'll be looking down on us, pleased at how we help the natives.
Yes, they've lost their land, but they've gained access to heaven.
People genuinely thought that.
But Father, do you mean unless an innocent receives communion, they're destined to go to hell? It hardly seems fair.
What I mean to say, Jenny, is that there is a great deal of difference between an innocent and a savage.
I never thought of it that way.
Yes, they lived like animals, but they're happier now.
You can tell John's just like sitting there, you know, trying to be polite, but he just wants everybody to be quiet.
Not only do people now have
You don't want to know what I had to do to
but I
Dave.
heard that
Dave,
pretty soon we will be able to fly.
No, only angels.
we don't talk
can
about
fly,
Dave.
Jenny.
No, apparently people can fly. Didn't you hear? Out in Kansas, a man even got a car to fly.
So how was your holidays,
I
Evan?
hardly think so, Jenny.
Apparently, Mr. Johns wants to run for governor, which is why he's so concerned with cleaning up the state.
Nate Johns.
Yes.
His family is nothing but hillbilly trash that came here after the war. I don't want to be judgmental, but this state should not be ruled by such a disgusting family.
Yes,
A
so that,
family
I don't want to be
without
judgmental, but I'm going to be incredibly judgmental right now. That's almost how those statements go. Anytime it says, I don't mean to be rude or not to sound offensive, they're always immediately followed by a rude, offensive, or insert descriptor statement after the fact. My holidays went pretty well. Nice and quiet. Got some interesting
What
things,
you must remember,
one of
my
which led
dear,
to
is
the whole
that we
playing
have
this
been
right
brought
now.
here to spread the word. And the word and civilization, they are the same thing. They are the gifts. It is the opportunity we have, the chance to live among people who are decent and who do not kill each other, and who let you worship in peace.
It's so confusing, Father. Sometimes I find it impossible to make the distinction between a loving act and a hateful one. I mean, they often seem to be the same thing.
Yes, Jenny, it
It's
is
a question that's going to be very
You
important
only
as this
have to
game
ask
goes
me
along.
if you need help.
Indeed.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Bush. Armadillo.
Where our story begins. It's kind of surprising there hasn't been a lot of games set in the Wild West. I love a game based on Deadlands. Just the mixture of, like, you know, seeing a character like John Marston here walking around, and then suddenly, you know, magic, mad science, you name it.
Mr. Marston, over here!
Thankfully, he knew what John looked like.
You must be John Marston.
Sometimes.
I'm Jake. Your friends from Blackwater hired me to guide you.
They ain't my friends, but pleased to meet you, Jake.
I got the horses saddled up and ready out front.
And I think that's something that definitely helped cement John's character in people's minds, was this the fact that he was well-spoken, seemingly well-educated, especially for the time period and the way they set everything up. And get used to controlling the horse again.
So it's Fort Mercy you want to visit?
That's right.
Ain't taking nobody up to the fort in a long time. Strange place for a decent fella to want to visit, if you don't mind me saying.
Who said I was a decent fella?
It's been abandoned for years now. Folks say it was built during the Mexican
John's a man
War.
trying to be
All
decent.
kinds of soldiers around back then.
Why'd they leave?
Well, I ain't entirely sure. I heard they had to go up north to fight Indians, or maybe they got tired of being soldiers and went looking for gold. You know how things is. So what are you doing up at the fort?
I'm looking for an old friend.
Well, like I said, you ain't gonna find many folk round those parts these days. Those you do find are about as sociable as an ulcerated back tooth. I mean,
Fortunately, his friend is there.
Well, he ain't been friends for a long time.
Yeah, I agree. Backstory, character arc, his story, the story of the game, the story of the game setup, his design. It's like you can see so much, like, you know, the scarring on his face. You can tell he's been through a lot. You know, yeah, it's just, you know, amazing how well rounded a character John is. Especially for the fact that I think it's like the voice actor came across kind of accidentally. He didn't know what the project was, and he kind of came in, and it was just kind of, for the most part, love at first sight in some ways. As soon as he opened his mouth, everybody was like, okay, he's in. He's the person we need.
Yeah, so it was the marshal who hired me, Lee Johnson. Do you know him?
I think I heard his name.
Says he got a telegram from some Blackwater big bugs asking for a guy. I guess it's none of my business.
That's right.
It's John being secretive. Well, that won't last for very long.
You ain't very talkative, are you?
Nope.
I'm just chewing the dog, mister. It's how I am. I don't mean nothing by it.
Trust me. There's things you're better off not knowing.
Ain't that the truth?
I'll tell you, Mr. Marston, those coyotes eat better than I do. Not far now. You'll see the fort when you get to the top of this hill.
Yes, and story that, well, the part that kicks off everything. Well, I guess technically the start of this was significantly before what we see here.
This is where we part ways, friend. You have yourself.
It's one of our biggest questions with Red Dead 2. Well, Red Dead Redemption 2. Technically, this is Red Dead 2. Is, are we going to learn more about John? We're not playing as him, but are we going to see more of him?
Come on.
In some way, shape, or form. Our first target.
Bill Williamson. Come out.
I mean,
right
I
now.
understand John's reasoning, but this was pretty damn stupid.
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
You must think I was born yesterday. You always did think I was an idiot.
You are.
That ain't fair, Bill. You were as my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all. I can help you.
Well, you never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you think about this.
You implore me? You implore me. You always were one for fancy words.
Somebody has to be.
Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge. No more Dutch. And no more you. Implores. I implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
I mean,
Well,
given what he can do, John's fairly impressive. Again, that was really stupid. But yeah, especially knowing how, fantastic this was, that really sets the bar super high for Redemption 2. If they so much as fumble that ball even the smallest, people are going to eat them alive. It's a good thing that we're not playing as John, simply because that would make things... That would bring on a whole new set of problems. Especially because this would be John back in the day where he wasn't quite as seeking a better path, we'll phrase it that way. But yeah, they definitely have a high bar set for them.
Well, you're alive.
So it would seem.
So, how do you feel?
I don't know the polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
I was doing something stupid.
Well, you'll be okay.
At least he's aware of
Once
it.
you didn't die, the doctor said you'd be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost us $15.
I'm sorry, madam. Should have left me there to die.
Did you want to die? I mean, was that it? Was that why you went straight out to Fort Mercer and picked a fight with the worst bandit in the county? To die, Mr.
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
Bonnie McFarlane. Miss Bonnie McFarlane.
Well, you may be right, Miss McFarlane. I don't know.
Huh. So what were you doing?
Just trying to give Mr. Williamson a chance.
Yeah. Nobody's
You
going
know
to deny
Billy
that John's son
Williamson?
is
Long time ago.
less than
What
stellar.
was he like?
Dumb.
Just like you.
Thank you, miss.
But you can't, that was, I think, deliberate too.
I have. And, what will you do now?
Now I'm gonna take my time and go after him the less kind way.
Well, that sounds very fun, Mr. Marston. Quite heroic, just like in those penny dreadfuls my brother used to read. Meanwhile, if you'll excuse me, I've got a ranch to run. Of course, if you're feeling better, why not take a ride with me later? Help me patrol the perimeter. You can earn back some of that money we wasted on doctor's bills.
Of course. And thank you for saving my life, I mean.
Next time, Mr. Marston, I strongly recommend you don't try to lose it quite so earnestly.
I'll bear that in mind.
It's good advice one way or another. Now things begin in earnest. Let's go find Bonnie. And that was the thing. It's not with this one. It wasn't like John was the only great character. The game in general is just full of great characters.
Mr. Marston, back in the land of the living, I see.
Figured it's about time I started paying back that $15.
Well, no time to waste. The horses are saddled up over here.
It's nice going back to mess this. I think... I'm curious. Can I actually... Let's see... Alright, that's how...
There's the foreman's office. It's also where we lock up good-for-nothing outlaws, such as yourself.
Okay, sorry, I didn't realize it was gonna
right now, Miss McFarlane.
hold that up like it did.
Okay, let's
But yeah,
see
the
if
last
we can
time I
still
did
laugh.
anything major in this game was 2011.
Let's make a tour of the ranch so you can get your
It's
bearings.
weird to think it's been that long Because I really played this. Yes, and McFarlane's definitely have a nice little setup.
You won't find Parisian high fashion, but it's good for the essentials.
Very convenient. I don't think I've ever seen a ranch with its own store before.
And here's the corral. This one's for the horses. What do you think?
I'm no expert, but it certainly looks like a fine corral.
I suspect you've stolen more horses than you've broken.
Now, where'd you get such an idea?
First impressions are hard to erase.
She's probably correct.
That's the train station. Things sure have changed since the line finally got finished, bringing in all sorts of new folk like yourself.
Is that such a bad thing?
Change is only good when it makes things better. Giddy up!
That's a pretty accurate descriptor, too.
That's the barn over there. Paul built it himself when I was just a little girl. Yeah!
Yeah, it's hard not to sing the praises
And here we are, back at the house.
of
Let's
this
stop for a while before
game.
we head out on patrol.
You'll get no complaints from me, Miss McFarlane.
Whoops, that was unnecessary. This is backwards compatible. I'm playing it on the Xbox One right now.
Well, are we going inside?
That's why I had to try and remember how to pull up the guide during backwards compatibility. Why there was that nice little blank moment there.
How about a cold drink, Mr. Marston?
Thank you, ma'am. Getting shot then riding a horse seems to take it out of you. I could use a rest.
Sure. Come on
Yeah,
in.
this
I'll show you
and
the house
Undead
and you can
Nightmare
sit
are
for a
backwards
while.
compatible.
Mr. Marston,
Miss McFarlane.
remember me telling you about the trouble we've been having with rustlers and other undesirables?
I do.
Will you help me keep watch on the property line this evening?
Sure.
You gotta give her credit
See
for
just who
trusting
is
him with a rifle
trespassing
right
on
out
our
the gate.
land.
This is a fine weapon.
Come, let's head out. The country is really beautiful at around this time. Come on, then. Let's mount up.
Yeah,
and
Rockstar and their level of usual level of polish they put on their games just really shines in this one. Especially because there's so few games that are set in the Wild West, which is just kind of surprising.
Right. Follow me. Keep your eyes peeled for anything suspicious. Thank you, Mr. Marston.
You'd
I feel
think
a lot
for
happier
everything
someone's
that
along
it's
with
got
you.
going
feel a
for it
lot
as a
happier
setting,
now I got a
we'd
rifle.
see way more
Well, with your
games
trigger itch and my
set in the
feminine
Wild
intuition,
West.
We should make quite a team.
We get to go wabbit hunting.
I don't believe it. Those damn rabbits are back. Give me a hand with them, will you? Come on, then. Time to put that...
Oh man, can I mess with the sensitivity? Because man, is that... Trying to think. Rockstar have definitely released bad games in their times. It's just relative, and it's been a good long while.
Yours for good use. Better at shooting rabbits than outlaws, I see.
Oh man, that's just a little high.
You got one! Good shot.
Man, my sensitivity turned it up, but it seems like it's
Thank you, Mr. Marston.
rabbit stew tomorrow. Let's mount up.
Yeah, I really liked LA Noire. I've been, especially since it's not backward compatible, I've been tempted to pick up the remaster of it. Yeah, I liked LA Noire. It's sad that its sales were what they were. But yeah, I wouldn't know I'd call it a bad game.
If it's not the rustlers
It
stealing
was
our cattle, it's the rabbits
a
stealing
decent
our
story.
It ain't never easy
It
living off the land
was
like this. Maybe you should
technologically,
move to a big city,
you know, a
become lady
marvel
of
for its
leisure.
time, especially with the
coyotes
facial
are
capture,
gone.
how
We
it
can't
was.
afford to lose any more livestock. Kill 'em, Mr. Marston. Come on, boys.
Dang it. Son of a bitch. Keeps going around to whichever side I'm not on. And my shooting has gone to hell.
Looks like that was the last of the coyotes. Just a shame we had to lose any of the chickens. Well, that's enough fun for one night. Let's head back. Come on, I'll show you the way to your room.
Yeah, they definitely used some of it.
Yeah.
Especially compared to other
No,
Grand
you
Theft
can
Auto
actually
games.
handle a rifle.
It's something I've had a little
They,
experience in.
Maybe Bill
They went with
Williamson
full
did
facial
get
capture,
lucky after
which
all.
is something that they,
Lucky
you know,
you
hadn't
really
really
come
used
into it,
before,
miss.
except in
You're
LA
a useful
Noire.
man to have
And
around
LA
the ranch,
Noire,
that's for
they did it
sure.
almost to
But
an
don't think I've
extreme.
forgotten what brought you here.
Even
We'll
more
do
so in
whatever
some
we
ways than
can
Grand
to
Theft
help
Auto
you.
5, because you had to get even the tiniest, slightest,
I sure appreciate
most,
that, Miss McFarland.
you know, subtle facial movements. Whereas in GTA 5, you didn't really necessarily have that kind of level of detail,
Here we
but
are.
it didn't need it either. Ah, damn it, I hit it too early. That'll work. As long as I can get hitched up.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Marston. Makes me kind of happy I saved your life. Get some sleep.
Yeah,
and I will see
the
you in
facial
morning.
capture
Good night, Miss
technology
McFarland.
has grown leaps and bounds, and you have guys like Troy Baker who are, you know, huge proponents of it. And as far as acting goes, simply for the fact of you get so much more of a performer's performance out of it. It's really kind of raised the game a bit. You look at stuff like, whoa. Yes, I'm going to overwrite it. I don't need the old saves. That was weird. You run into stuff like the Uncharted series, where they've been using that pretty much from the beginning. It's just remarkable, the detail that they get. Is this the race? I think so.
Oh, Mr. Marston.
The problem LA Noire had was there's very little replayability in it, simply because things
Well, I'm
never
fine.
turn out
Thank
that
you.
different.
So,
It's not like
how are your
GTA
ribs?
5 where you had like 3
Little
distinctive
store, but apart
endings.
from a couple extra
This one, I
scars
mean,
and
is
bruises.
kind of the same way,
Good.
but the story's so good you can't
in,
help
come
but go through it again.
You know, you never did tell me how you met that Bill Williamson or what you wanted from him.
No, miss, I did not.
Well, why not, if you don't mind me asking?
I certainly don't mind you asking if you don't mind me not telling. See, it's a complicated and somewhat pathetic tale, and by telling you, not only will I be putting your life in danger, but Also threatening the lives of some people that I hold very dear.
Well, I apologize if I seem to be prying.
And
This
I
mysterious
apologize
man
for
being
my
mysterious.
reticence. Hope you believe me when I say that it's simply out of respect for you.
Of course, Mr. Marston. I understand that a city dweller such as yourself likes to have some exotic secrets, so us country folk are impressed.
I'm no city man, miss.
Yeah, but I saw you get on the train at Blackwater. You with those gentlemen in bowler hats?
I'm still no city man.
But I bet you can't ride, Mr. Marston.
I hate to take money from a lady, miss.
Oh, you won't be. I'll race you right now.
If it makes you happy.
We'll see.
I'm not sure if they ever said how John got the face scars. Almost looks like he was somebody tried to maul him. But
Come on.
Giddy up! Whoa there! On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, go! I trust you're not gonna be a gentleman about this!
You don't know me at all, Miss McFarland.
okay.
Look at that, Belle! Pride, go!
Come on. Should I wait for you to catch up?
Yeah!
Would you like me to slow down? Let's go.
Sorry, I'm kind of quiet. I'm focused on my map so I don't screw this up.
Are you saving the best for last? How you doing back there? Come. I bet you're starting to regret your brave words, Miss McFarland.
I don't know, she's catching up.
Let's go.
Yeah!
Oh crap.
Let's go.
Ah shit. I'm stuck.
Come on.
What the hell? That sucked. That might have just cost me this.
You'll have to do better than that!
Let's go, Miss McFarland. Come on.
Giddy up!
Hey. Go. Come on.
Okay. Whew. I think my biggest problem I had with GTA 5 has just been the fact that
That was fun.
they've added all this new content and not a single bit of it single player. So that, you know, you have to have a decent group of people to play with because you're going to require at least, you know, 2 or 3 other people at any given time. Which I think just kind of sucks. Alright. So we got that done. Do one more mission for Bonnie before we go to talk to Marshall Johnson.
Ah, Mr. Marston, how are you?
Actually, this helps us. I forgot about that.
I'm well. Would you mind riding with me to Armadillo? I've got to get some supplies and I could do with the company.
Of course.
You can take the reins. It wouldn't do for a terrifying bounty hunter such as yourself to be seen driven around by a woman.
Take the driver's seat, come on!
So onward we go.
You're looking much better, considering you were almost buzzard food a couple days ago.
I have you to thank for that, miss.
So do tell me, have you needlessly risked your life since we last spoke?
No, miss.
It's a few minutes ago now.
Well, that's a relief. Perhaps there's hope for you yet.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Oh, there's always hope, Mr. Marston. You can't be a rancher in this kind of country if you don't believe that.
An admirable attitude, miss.
I suppose so. I can't think of any other way to stay sane, to be frank. What about you? Have you ever given up hope altogether?
Hope hasn't really entered into it. It's not really something I think about.
A peculiar outlook. I can't really say I understand you.
I can't always say I do either.
Oh, don't be so deliberately enigmatic.
I'm not, miss.
Yes, you are. You are being deliberately obscure as a substitute for having a personality.
I just know there are two theories to arguing with women, and neither one works.
I'm not even going to dignify that gibberish with a response.
Well, I mean, he's also not completely wrong. But it boils down to the argument and the relationship between them.
I found you dying on the side of the road, and now you're driving me into town.
You have a strange sense of humor.
Well, you must admit, it's an unusual start to a friendship.
I didn't realize we were friends, Miss McFarland.
Oh, please. Now who's being funny? Listen, I know that business with Williamson is your business, but I don't know. You've been good to us, and I don't think you're a bad man. A little stupid, perhaps, but not rotten. I just worry about you gallivanting around these parts like you're some kind of deranged bounty hunter. Like Paul always says, don't go waking snakes.
I appreciate your concern for us.
Well, he kind of is a deranged bounty hunter.
I really do. And if there was any other way out, I'd take it. I can assure you of that.
The fact that knowing how big this map is,
You never did tell me where
they
you
had a
live.
traffic jam, it looks like. Knowing that the Red Dead Redemption 2 map is just so much bigger.
And at what point during your day of hunting down outlaws do you find time to raise chickens?
Only been at it 3 years or so. I guess I'm kind of new to it.
You're telling me. So who's looking after this farm of yours right now?
Uncle. Well, he's not my uncle, as far as I know. Just an old dog who's as lazy as a lizard on a hot day. The kind of fella laboring under the delusion that age brings wisdom.
Sounds like the perfect person to leave in charge of your entire livelihood.
Yeah. Yeah, it
So
does.
this is Armadillo. Manhattan it is not, but it does okay for us. Most important thing for you right now is getting yourself into Dr. Johnson's office to purchase some medicine. The first one's on me.
Thank you, miss. I'll pay you back.
I'm sure you shall. The doc's a good fellow. He saved your life, so be polite to him. Meet me in front of the general store when you're done.
Yeah, especially one of the things that really kind of helped this game was the whole morality system. You could play it a lot of different ways, and especially compared to stuff like Fable, it's way more subtle about it.
Well, thanks for driving me. It was nice to be able to enjoy the view for once, and a little company never hurts now and again.
You're more than welcome, miss. Least I can do. Thank you for the medicine.
Why don't you have a look around Armadillo? You can always take a stagecoach back to the ranch later.
I might just do that. Travel safely, miss.
Try not to get yourself shot. I won't be around to save you this time.
I forgot that this mission just takes you straight in. For the most part, the tutorial has left us. Now it's time for the real game to start.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Let's go find Marshall Johnson.
Excuse me. Hey, hey, you got a visitor.
Sound rough.
Shut up, you. Now, what you want?
My name's John Marston. You wanted to speak to me.
I did?
Apparently so.
Why?
I guess because we're both in the business of the law.
You that fella from the train company?
No, I'm from Fort Mercer.
Fort Mercer? You them, one of them Williamson boys.
Calm down.
Go on, shoot him, mister. Shoot him.
Come on, what, you getting kicked with me,
He's
boy?
dumb enough, he needs to be shot.
What's going on here?
I got me one of them Williamson boys.
I got me one of them idiots who give marshals a bad name.
Jonah, put your gun down.
Thankfully, Marshall Johnson's
man from
more
Blackwater.
level-headed.
Yes, sir. Listen, that dog ain't too bright, but he seems loyal.
Jonah, get out of here for a minute.
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson, sir. And you. Oh, I done seen enough of your hide around here, friend.
I think there's some school children down the way you can go and frighten.
Oh, hardy fucking har.
What are you doing here, Mr. Marston? Apart from frightening my deputies.
I'm here to capture or kill Bill Williamson.
Okay.
Can you help me?
He's outside my jurisdiction. He's in the next county. Of course, Bill Williamson and his boys have tended to keep themselves away from my town.
So you're happy to have him out there?
Well, I ain't happy, but I also ain't suicidal. My job is to keep this town safe, not clean up all of these 3 counties. It's hard enough around here.
You know, I hear you speak, and suddenly I'm reminded of how some of the people I respected most in my life had a problem with authority. What's wrong with you?
Well, I'm sure you and your fine friends have enjoyed spending your time running around pursuing noble causes. My cause is to keep this town from turning into a living hell for the folks who live here. Whole world has problems, mister, and I'm here doing what I can.
Why? What's happening?
Right now?
A lot.
I got the railway, the people who pay my salary, trying to get me to turn a blind eye to them burning down settlements up there. I got a bunch of cattle rustlers out near Box Canyon needs shutting down. Not forgetting the gang that keeps murdering homesteaders out in the back country. And I got a bunch of hoods over in the saloon, drunk, threatening to shoot up the whole town. That's all I got today. But it's early yet. Give me a couple more days. There'll be more.
All right, tell you what.
Usual, you scratch my back, I scratch
Let's
yours.
go deal with them hoods in the saloon. Then we'll discuss Williamson.
Okay, boy. You're a persistent little cuss, ain't you?
Except this time it was the protagonist who offered the help rather than the other way around. Most time you go meet somebody, it's, please help me. Or, if you do this, I'll give you this. I do like the fact that they have the exact same walking animation. And for the way they started up, it's in perfect sync.
Led by this fella called Walton. Goddamn road agents who prey on the stages coming in and out of town. Drivers in Armadillo spend more time with their hands in the air than on the reins these days.
And you're happy to let them drink in your saloon?
Happy? No. But the way I figure it, better they're carousing in there than out robbing decent folk.
That's an interesting approach to law enforcement.
I mean, it serves its purpose.
There's the dumb rat bastard now. Let's follow him. See what kind of hole he crawls into.
Yeah, especially knowing that how GTA 5 looked and played.
Mount out, Marston. Walton's our man.
Knowing that this game's going to be built for next-gen consoles. Specifically for current gen. But knowing it's specifically built for this rather than trying to kind of blur the line between systems is going to be
And alive, he can still
make it look
talk.
absolutely
Doesn't
amazing.
sound like he's a man to be reasoned with.
He ain't. But a few days of my hospitality and he'll be telling me what I need to know. Walton's gang's been growing fast.
Outlawing's easy money for easy work.
Chola Springs, Gap Tooth Ridge, these boys get around. Walton's a start, but there's plenty more where he came from.
That there is. Never short of outlaws.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Slow it up now.
There comes a point where, you know, all I can do is, you know, just keep repeating praise. So it's like, yeah, what to say in the situation.
Looks like we got company, boys.
That you do.
Damn.
With your top
Take
hat.
cover. We'll work our way up this hill.
Hey, yeah, you, over here.
Move up to that wagon on your right. I'll cover you. Behind the crate, Marston. Smoke up. Why don't you try pointing it at something before you pull the trigger, genius?
Well, at least he's honest about it.
I'll cover you. That boom behind the rock is yours, Marston. You ain't getting away this time. I got you, boy. Make a move for that boulder. I see one of them. There's another one behind
There you
the
do.
outhouse, boy. Take cover behind the outhouse. Careful, there may be more of them.
Oh, there's definitely more of them.
There's two more. I'm heading to the house.
You boys just ain't that tough.
Alive. Blast you.
Who's that woman you brought with you, Mark?
Oh, man, really? I didn't take you down? There you go. It's so weird having B being reload.
Inside the house. Take him alive if you can. Good Lord above.
Damn it. Keep Walt away from me.
Trial and the rope for you.
He was so, like, right up in my face.
Not a
I
bad
was afraid
job,
to
Mr.
shoot for the
Marston.
fact that it would end up
Check
hitting
in
him
with
in
me
the
next
chest.
time you're in town.
I don't want to be no policeman, Marshal.
Nor did I, my friend. I can promise you that. I'll see you soon, Mr. Marston.
Yeah. Woo.
Still love the fact there was an achievement for tying up a woman, putting her on the tracks, and watching as the train came by. I was like, well, at least they're sticking to their theme. The horse had stopped walking away.
Come on.
It's now
Slow down.
the game has opened up a bit for us. Got ourselves a few options for what we can do. I think for now, though, gotta go back to see Marshall Johnson. He's the closest one we've got.
Let's go.
I don't think I'm gonna try and 100% it, but it is definitely something I've thought. It's not like there's a lot. It's the hardest thing would be doing stuff like the Deadeye and hunting challenges. Travel Armadillo, just because it makes things easier. It is amazing to think that this game just holds up as well as it does. Most games don't. Not for this long, anyway. Still gotta get used to everything again. See what Marshall Johnson's latest problem is. Pike's Basin.
Hello? Hello? It's Armadillo 731. What is it with these things? Hello? It's a new line. Hello? Hello?
Sounds fun. What's happening?
I have no idea. Yeah, if it's important, they'll send someone down like they did with you.
Suddenly, the world is full of days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when we first got here. We used to consider people from Dade County to be exotic. Now guys can get here from the Midwest, and they can do it in 6 days.
Things have changed.
Gotten away from me.
Nowadays, they can do it in hours.
Hello? I don't understand it no more, boy. Honest to goodness.
I'm not sure I do.
Marshall! 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 I just been up in the canyon, spying like you said. I think I seen me a couple of them rustlers. I think it was the Ballard twins and a couple of Mexicans.
They up there right now?
Well, it was a group of 4 men rounding up Mr. Gulch's livestock, and none of them looked like any of Gulch's hands, so yes, sir, right now.
That sarcasm's most unbecoming, Eli. It's gonna hold you back in life, even worse than your lazy eye. All right, let's go. You ride with us again, Marston?
Will you help me?
I will try.
It'd be my pleasure.
Yeah, that's true. Well, natural progress of events. It won't be long before minutes will be the amount of time we measure travel.
How long you been working for the government, Marston?
I don't work for the government.
Well, I got a telegram from some federal clowns in Blackwater that says otherwise.
Are you some kind of vigilante?
You don't look like no government, boy.
I guess it's complicated. I came because it was made impossible for me not to.
You sure are
That it was.
this some bitch, mister.
I guess I am. I ain't gonna dig this hole no deeper.
Ain't you all proud and superior? Don't forget you need us more than we need you. Bill Williamson folded you up like an empty purse the last time, if I remember correctly.
Simmer down, Jonah.
Listen to your boss, Jonah. There's a good boy. Otherwise, I'll put a hole in your hillbilly head and watch your tiny brain drain out.
Come on.
Yeah, John's not entirely
I'll be honest with you,
innocent
Marston.
just for the fact of statements
for all
like
this
that.
government interference.
But right now,
Marshall,
they do
neither
kind
am
of
I.
need
I try
his
to
help.
keep the federal boys happy. I mean, we need all the help we can get. But what does a flannel-mouthed city boy who's never forked a bale of hay in his life know about a state like New Austin?
Nothing, I reckon.
All this manifest destiny hogwash, taming a wild land. Not far now. Eyes open, boys.
Yeah, a lot of the talk definitely was,
Everybody
pretty
dismount.
indicative of what
Follow
people
me.
were thinking at the time.
Let's move up the canyon towards the fort. Be ready, boys. We're probably going to be outnumbered.
And those bastards ain't short on firepower, neither.
Let's see how many there are. If we can take them alive, good. If not, smoke the
I don't
sons of
remember
bitches.
why I have the gold
To my
revolver.
ears, Marshal.
I have a gold rifle. I think it was for getting certain achievements, but I don't remember now. It's been too long since I've actually done it. In fact, it's saved in my profile, not the actual save game.
Gun them down.
Behind cover, get behind cover.
For the love of God!
Crap. I'm trying to remember how the hell. Well, that was stupid. Shit, I don't remember how my Deadeye works. Where I can actually, pick shots.
Head for the fort.
That's it. Maybe it was Y. I don't remember now. This is just... It's been way too long.
It's time we dealt with those ballers once and for all.
Yeah, I owe it to the McFarlands.
They've got some of Mr. Gulch's livestock, too.
Come on, this ends today.
As soon as we can get there. Again.
Look, find some cover. Stay close. Are you gonna shoot any of these rustlers, boy?
I did. I need to get closer. Oh, I have no Deadeye right now.
Let's split up. You take the left, boys. I'll go right. Marston, you can go with the deputies or cover me.
Going with you. There's two of them going that way and only one of you. So, just makes sense.
Marston, get a move on. Nice of you to give an old man a hand. Damn,
So much for cover!
Nope, it's beyond my
Eyes
range.
up, boy.
Damn it.
Behind that rock.
What's the matter? Ain't got the sand for a reason.
It's an ability I don't get till later. I don't remember now.
Tell the ballers to give themselves up, or we'll kill every last one of you. Christ alive.
Think you can beat me?
That'll do it. Come on, let's keep moving.
Whoop.
My God.
God, my first instinct is to hit X to reload.
Come on.
And it's making me jump.
You're making some ground over there. They're still coming. Look, over there. Come on. Let's get these sons of bitches.
Why you want to die?
There's a lot of reasons.
Come on, let's clear out that camp. Watch yourself. Looks like they have some backup. You better surrender. You hear? I'm giving you one last chance to put your hands in the air. Nice shot. That bastard won't be rustling no more.
I've dropped 100 fools like you!
Where are you? Behind the rock. There you are.
Put down your guns and surrender.
Damn. Why won't you go down?
Come on, give them hell. Looks like that's
Finally.
all the sons of bitches. I'll hit up the ridge and scout it out. See if there's any spare ammo in that camp.
Absolutely. Spare ammo, spare
Mighty generous
anything.
of you, mister.
That time I didn't do the animation.
Let's go, Marston. We gotta keep moving.
Yeah, but I'm trying to open this chest, and tank controls are being wonky.
Keep your eyes open. I saw a couple of snipers across the way. Eyes up! Snipers! Surrender, or I'll kill you all!
There you are. Need to get myself behind cover.
Get those thieving bastards! Good shooting, boy!
There you are. I say you can't still be.
Let's get to the rest of the boys.
Pretty sure I hit him in the head.
This is getting ugly.
We got your back, boys!
You're dead, friend!
Whew, that was rough. Oh, I lost my reticle for a second.
Boys, come on, let's regroup.
Are you kidding me?
My health recover some. Might have to take the medicine though.
This looks as good a spot as any. Gather around and listen up. All right, stealthy as you can, boys. Let's get as close to those bastards as we can.
That's weird. Yeah, I am gonna have to take it just for... I not already have full health. My health is way low.
There's one more for the vultures.
Thankfully,
There's one of them.
that was fairly easy.
You got a problem with me?
I think they do, just because, I mean, they're shooting at them. Most people would have a problem with that. Well, it's doing better. The little widget that's talking about my Twitch stats is a little funny on the Xbox right now. Just cuz.
You might as well give it up now.
Oh, you're where I'm trying to aim. Where are you?
Just give it up. You're gonna leave this in a box.
That is true.
Thanks, Marshal. We're indebted to you with our lives.
Just get them cattle back safe.
All right.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well done, Mr. Marston.
Yes, well done.
Now, about Williamson.
I'll do what I can. You know, as you can see, this country is infested with all manner of scum.
Say that again.
Well, one other thing, Marston. Mr. Johnson, sir. It's Mr. West Dickens. He's missing.
Who?
Mr. West Dickens, the tonics merchant. He was due in town last week.
Oh, the narcotic and bat piss salesman who cons housewives out of their money with promises of eternal youth.
Yes, him, but I think you're...
Yes, snake oil salesmen were a big thing back then.
And many of the townsfolk are really
Still are
missing
here
him.
now, except, you
Hear
know,
that,
they're
Marston?
big corporations of
We
them.
just butchered a gang of thieves, and the town is up in arms about a missing snake oil merchant. I am so glad to be serving such a wise and respectable people. Come on, Eli.
Yes, and he makes a very good point there. Like the fact the cows have the exact same animation, too. They're very well regimented cattle. Let's take a look around. there's anything interesting. Doesn't appear to be. Oh. And I'm too close to be able to do that. Let's see. I need map. So where's West Dickens? Whoa, you're way out there. Yeah. Whoops. Let's make our way. Ooh. Wow. Okay, I've got myself turned around. So we can get out of here first. At least we're heading in the right general direction anyway. Why didn't... I am not going back that way. After getting through that canyon, I am not going back in there.
Let's go.
We gotta keep screwing up the menus. We're just gonna go cross country for this. Because it's so much straighter.
Go.
I think they've made reference to the idea that this is still set in the Grand Theft Auto universe, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Old
Excuse
Swindler
me.
Blues.
Excuse me, sir. You need help? Mister, you alive?
Fuck. God damn it. Good heavens.
Excuse me?
I said, no, I'm not okay. Do I look like I'm okay?
You look pretty good for a corpse.
Praise be.
Move up, mister. Time to get you to a doctor or an undertaker. Whichever you need once we get to town.
St. Peter, open up them pearly gates. I'm coming home.
Come on,
They're overselling it a little bit there. But laying out in the sun's probably not a great idea.
Hurry, sir. I'm bleeding like a
Gotta be a
badly
bit
butchered
warm.
hog. You'll be fine. Just focus.
I do like any time
You
the
better take the
camera
reins.
shifts and
I don't
loads,
think I'm
the
strong
physics on cables go haywire.
I'm finished. Done for. Just sit up straight, will you?
Head for Armadillo, friend.
What is your name, friend? John Marston. Oh, good God! Out of the frying pan into the fire. Excuse me?
How many outlaws can a man encounter in one day?
You must have me mistaken with somebody else, friend.
The Pollard twins, Walton's gang. I know who you are. My God!
Come on, there we go. Nope.
Benefits of this meant you.
Excellent work, sir. Push on to
the hell happened?
That's the plan.
Bandits, hoodlums, the scoundrels robbed me blind and left me to die.
I can see that.
Once again,
You have a decent amount of money with you, and you made not a lot of friends along your time.
I'm not the kind of man who has enemies.
Yes, I know I English very
So
well.
much, and still they take. We live in an uncivilized and graceless world, friend. Our maker has a funny sense of humor sometimes. Still, at least I met you, the good Samaritan in wolf's clothes. I don't believe it. More of the gutter snipes. Oh, look out! I implore you to please stay on the road. I'm here again.
Come back here.
Is that Armadillo? Come on, hurry!
Damn it. Quit moving,
Before I shoot a
you.
hole in your head.
It's all gone dark. Yet, I embrace you.
For Christ's sakes, man, you're gonna be fine. We're nearly there.
Take me into your arms.
Yes, he is. He does love his theatrics.
You need more than a doctor, my friend. We're here. Stay with me.
Oh, where the devil are we?
Armadillo, we made it safe. You'll be happy to know.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You're a
Only made it safely
gentleman
because of
and a true man
John
of
shooting.
honor.
Coming from you, I doubt that means much, but I appreciate the civility.
I owe you, sir. And I always pay my debts. Jesus. But if I die, I'm sorry for it. If not, I'll be your man for...
Let's get you fixed up first. Then we'll decide what you're my man for.
We know what he's his man for. He's going to play a very critical role in the future. I like as I started to move forward, John kind of starts to look over his shoulder like he could hear that music. Okay, it's just save. It's just loading. So I think we're going to call that it for today. Made some nice little entryway into the game. Let's say it's been a long time. It's nice to go back and play it again. But thank you guys all for watching. Those of you caught it live here on Twitch, those of you made it this far on YouTube. I will probably be doing more of the Surge tomorrow, especially because of some of the things I've discovered off camera. It's going to lead to some interesting things. I'm kind of chewing at the bit to find out what they are. But as always, I appreciate likes, follows, subscribes every little bit. You guys do help grow the channel, especially here on Twitch. It brings me that much closer to affiliate status. My Twitter account, @Link6413, is probably the best place to catch what I'm playing when I'm playing it. I always tweet before I go live. There's always links to the YouTube channel whenever a new video's up. But thank you guys all once again. Hope you all have a great day and take care. Bye.